Hello there. This should be, well actually no, this is, because I know I'm going to post this. Whatever. This is my first YouTube video. I've been trying to get this working for a while. I honestly thought this was going to be filmed months and months and months ago, so sorry about the long wait for the 6 people who have already subscribed to me for some reason. This channel is going to be mainly about nerf and nerf stuff. I plan to upload at least once a week. I don't have a particular date. I originally planned for Saturdays, but it's gonna be filmed mostly on Saturdays, but I don't think I can edit a video in a day. And I'm not even filming this one on a Saturday, I'm filming this on a Sunday. So that might not happen. There will be one video every week, but I don't know what particular day. But if a video drops, don't expect one for the rest of the week. This one in particular will be every nerf mag. There will be exceptions that will not be in this video. Because if there are, it's because they're stupid. By stupid, I mean they literally only come with one blaster, so there's 2 exceptions. Well, actually, there's more than 2 exceptions, but I'm only going over end strike in this video. End strike stuff, this. I just threw that at my camera. Did I just pause the thing? Can you even do that? As you can tell, I'm very new to this and very bad at it. So, I do not own all of these currently, but I will be talking about all of them in the video. I will not be going over off-brand mags either, non-nerf made mags, because if I did, this video would be an hour long. Generally, those are better. This used to not be the case. I wish it weren't the case, but modern nerf just sucks, and other companies like X-Shot and Dart Zone have been better recently. Mags included. 3D printed stuff is also been getting good now, better than nerf, because they won't stop putting out reskins of the exact same blaster, which I will talk about in another video, because I have a lot of videos planned already. Because as you can imagine, with how long it's taken me between when I created my channel and now to start posting, I've gotten ideas that I haven't been able to make. But enough with all that. I've rambled for 3.5 minutes, so let's get into mags. So the 2 that only come with one blaster are the 8-rounder, which only comes with the Minecraft Saberwing, and the 50-rounder, which only comes with the Elite Titan. So I'm going to talk about all the other ones in this video. So we're going to start with the smallest and first to ever be created, the 6-round mag. When mags were first created for nerf, this was really cool, because you can now, when you ran out of darts, you didn't just have to take a couple minutes stuffing darts into wherever you had to stuff darts into, depending on what blaster you're using. You can just take this out, chuck it across the arena, and put a new one in. But we have so many different variants of these between nerf and other companies now that this 6-round capacity is pitiful. There is really no use for these anymore. And I'm basing this idea, I got this video idea for something from Coop772 did over a decade ago, which even then he said those were basically useless because it had been so long since once they started making these. That was 10 years ago. Actually, well over 10 years ago. These are completely obsolete. And, like, if you want to use mags, just grab an 18 rounder. Spoiler alert for the end of this video, but they're the best one. 10 rounders. I have a lot of these. I don't know how, but I have managed to acquire a ton of these. Well, not really a ton, but, like, a lot compared to the other capacities. Yeah. I mean, it's alright. Like, it's not the worst option that you could possibly have, but there are a lot better ones. This one kind of falls into the thing with the 6 rounders where there's not enough capacity here. Like, if you're using mags, it's usually in your primary. And with a primary, you're gonna want, like, I imagine, like, 18 darts would be, like, a good amount. Maybe that's why the 18 rounder is the best. That's part of why. But, the 10 is a lot less than 18. Well, not that much, but, like, with capacity-wise, 10 is a lot less than 18. Like, it's better than 6, but I see no reason to use these. And a lot of them are like this one, where it's shaped like a literal banana, which is why these are called banana mags. No, really? That's why these are called banana mags. If you're completely smooth-brained and didn't know that already. And this little curve, I mean, it looks cool, but it's not practical at all. Because it just makes it bigger, and it makes it take up more space, so you can't carry as many. Which is a downside to a lot of the bigger mags, as I'll talk about later in this video. Probably, I'm not on script. The next one is the 12-round mag. This one's actually pretty decent. I do not own one, but they are good. Like, I would never probably use one of these. Like, realistically, like, I take what I can get since I don't own an 18 rounder, unfortunately. But I'd probably not use one of these because they're not as good as the 18 rounder. But, like, if I didn't have an 18 rounder available, but I had every other mag, this is probably the one I would choose. Like, 12 is pretty decent. Like, I'd rather have 18, but it's a pretty decent capacity for a primary. And you, like, words are not coming to me. When you're, like, my brain is not braining. Well, I know a section to cut out of the video. By the way, I fully plan on making a video in 10 years talking about how buns this is. I have fully lost my train of thought. I need to talk. I have not spoken in a minute. So the 12-rounder, it's better than the 10-rounder because, like, 10 rounds I would never use. I would never use 10 rounds if I had an alternative, which almost always I will. I would take 12 rounds if I had no other choice. And, like, when you're using a flywheeler, because who would use a Springer? Flywheelers are better. But like, I literally would only use a Springer for plinking. I would never use a Springer in an actual Nerf war. Please do not use a Springer in an actual Nerf war. You will get destroyed. You will be cooked. Especially if it doesn't have slam fire. But, why did I just pick this up? When you're using a flywheeler, 6 or 10 rounds, that goes fast. So you obviously want more capacity, which is part of why the 18-rounder is so good. The 12-rounder, it doesn't give you like a perfect, it doesn't give you like perfect capacity, but like it's better than 6 or 10. And a lot of the 12-rounders, at least from what I've seen, a lot of the Nerf blasters that come with 12-rounders have 12-rounders like this, where half of it is opaque, so you can see how much you have left. Opaque? Opaque is this. Clear, half of it is clear, so you can see how much you have left. Which is really nice. I do prefer fully clear like this, rather than translucent like this. But I don't know. I could be wrong, but most of the blasters that I've seen that come with 12-rounders come with ones that are half translucent. Which is better than like a fully opaque mag like this. Moving on to the 18-rounder, this is the best one by far. Why am I picking this up? You don't get to be talked about until later in the video. Forgetting the drum version of it that came with the N-Strike Alpha Trooper, we don't talk about that because drums, we don't like those. But the 18-rounder is a stick mag like these. It's straight. So I didn't talk about it like with these, but this fits onto your body really well, so you can carry a lot of them comfortably. And it's high capacity. 18, I've always thought, is like the minimum good capacity you can have in a primary. And not only that, but this is what makes this is what made the 18-rounder so popular, because it is the most popular Nerf mag by far. Anyone nerdy enough to be watching this video knows. With the Rapid Strike, they included a fully, not half like these, fully 100% clear mag. And if you stocked up on those, like watch Coop772's videos, he had a ton of them. You had a ton of mags that you could at all times see exactly how much capacity you had left, that were extremely comfortable to carry on you by the ton. Like, you could carry a ton of those on you, and it was not uncomfortable at all. And they were completely see-through. I see no reason why anyone who owns one of these with any common sense wouldn't use it. I don't own one, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I don't. I need to get one of these. If I don't get one of these by the end of my YouTube career, you have full permission to unsubscribe from my channel. As soon as I stop posting, though. As soon as I quit. You're not allowed to unsubscribe now. I've bound you for the rest of my life. I bound you to this channel. You're not allowed to leave. 25-rounder. This is a drum mag. And 25 rounds sounds like a lot. But there's a downside to that. That's this. It's a drum mag. Now, I know a stick mag like this would be extremely long. Why am I calling them stick mags? Like, I've heard them called stick mags and straight mags. More often straight mags, but stick mags sounds better to me, so I'm going to keep calling them stick mags. And if I can become successful enough to change the name of that, so be it. I think that's kind of cool. But I do not like these. Here's the reason. So, I'm going to stand up for this. When you have them on your side, when you're carrying them on you, it's like this, and they bounce around like this, and it's like, it really, first off, you hear that? That is going to give away your position if you try to run with this, and it's going like this the whole time. It's really wobbly and uncomfortable. Like, I hate it. I wish it had a flat side, like the 18-round drum or the 35-round drum. If we get to the 35-round drum, which I don't own, it's even worse. Well, it's not worse, actually. It's better because it's a flat side. But I'm thinking it's bigger. Sorry, my sinuses are bothering me. I'm filming this in November, and it's fall, and my sinuses always bother me in fall. But the 18-rounder, 35 is huge. It's absurdly large. So you're walking around with this, like, giant, bulging, like, ball strapped to your side, filled with Nerf darts. And, like, from what I've heard, if you have, like, I don't own one, but if you have, like, multiple of those strapped to your side, it's, my friend just texted me, it's kind of heavy. No, I'm not giving you $20. It's kind of heavy. Like, no, I'm not giving you $20. It's kind of heavy. Like, the 50-rounder is the same way, but it only comes with one blaster, so I don't care. It's kind of heavy, and that's gonna hinder you because you can't move as fast because you're carrying a bunch of stuff. You're already carrying a Nerf blaster, which is, if you're smart, a flywheeler, which is loaded with batteries, which are probably kind of heavy, and you've probably got a sidearm strapped to your side as well, and, like, maybe, like, sock ball, like some balled up socks to use as, like, throwing stuff if you're playing Humans vs. Zombies. No, don't use the group chat to sell stuff. That's not what the group chat is for. Stop texting me while I'm recording a YouTube video. But you've got all that weight, and it's going to be hard to move, which is even not only bad when you're trying to cover a lot of ground, but it's also bad when you're getting shot at. I'm not buying a locked phone that you found on the ground from you for $25. Like, it's hard to move around, and you need to move around a lot when you're getting shot at, and you're gonna get hit eventually. And it's like, with a lot of these, I'm not saying all of these are bad. I mean, the 6-rounder and the drums kind of are. But, I've just lost my train of thought again. I mean, when, like, I know what I was gonna say. Now I need to figure out how to word it because I'm not on a script. You can just skip to the part where I start talking again, by the way. So, like, at this point, with, like, all the ones that I've talked about that have, like, a variety of problems with them, just use an 18-rounder. That is the solution to all your problems with mags in Nerf. Like, almost every time I've mentioned a solution to a problem with a mag, I'm not reading your text messages anymore, go. But every time I'm mentioning a solution to the problem in this video, it's always just use the 18 rounder. Because you should just use the 18 rounder. So that's my summary of this video. Just use the 18 rounder. And I also forgot to mention at the start of the video that there's a third mag that only comes with one gun, the 30-round drum with the Infamous. And I just said gun, not blaster. And now people are gonna dog on me for using the wrong terminology. At least I didn't call this a clip. Bye.